for our senior spotlight, and we want to focus on Lillian. Lillian, you've been somebody that's excelled in the classroom and out of the classroom, and today is just an opportunity to touch base with you and kind of share some experiences over the past few years, and maybe provide some advice to younger students. So thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about family background. That's usually where we like to start. Tell us a little bit about your family and maybe how they've kind of shaped and molded who you are today.
So I have a pretty close relationship with my siblings. I have 6 younger siblings, 4 brothers and 2 sisters, and I have my parents and my grandparents are a big part of my life as well.
So tell us a little bit about how they've helped mold you a little bit in the person that maybe you are today.
What they've done for me is no matter what I'm doing, they're going to be there to back me up. I don't think they've ever missed a sporting event. They've been at every single academic award. They've just always been there for me.
They sound very supportive. Great. Let's talk a little bit about academics. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe your course load right now and what that looks like?
It's pretty heavy at the moment. I do have late arrival, so I get to sleep in a little bit, but I'm taking 3 AP classes. That's statistics, psychology, and literature, and then also I'm in Spanish 4.
So late arrival, tell me about that. How does that work?
It's offered to seniors, and it's where I'm allowed to, if I had a first period study hall, I'd be allowed to come to second period for the start of my day, and that's what I do.
Okay. So it sounds like you are, even though you're coming in late, you're taking some very advanced courses. Do you take any other CC Plus courses or maybe college classes online?
I did not.
Okay, so in that role, you still come here every day, where we have a lot of students that maybe are taking college courses off campus or courses online, so maybe they're not here as often, or they're going to Advantage. Tell me why you chose to come here every day instead of maybe go that route.
So when I was choosing my junior year whether I'd go to Advantage or stay here, I was kind of thinking that I would want to stay in the high school environment and get those experiences all I can. And then this year, as why I didn't go online, I was just like, there's always time to go pick up a college class in the future, but right now I'd rather get like the high school experience while I'm here.
I appreciate that as the superintendent. We love to have our leaders on campus. Not that we would discourage anyone from taking courses off campus, but I just think that having our seniors and our senior leaders in the building, it just sets the tone for the year, and we appreciate having you here every day, so thank you. You are taking some tough classes. Tell us about maybe your most challenging course over your high school career.
Over the high school career, none of the hardest classes really are this year. The teachers have made this pretty thorough. I've gotten a good education with the AP classes, but my hardest class was probably last year, college algebra. It was the first math class we came back after quarantine. It was my first in-person, and numbers math is not quite my favorite, so statistics is a good class to take if you like more words.
So what made that course so challenging for you?
I think just coming back to the actual in-person, full-time, not hybrid, and coming into that, and just...
So what are some things, it sounds like it was a challenge for you, what were some things that you had to overcome, or how did you overcome, that difficulty for you?
I think it's important to make use of the teacher, talk to them after your class period, anytime there's like wildcat period or their planning period. If you go to them, they're always willing to help you.
I think that's great advice, so thanks for sharing that. Lillian, you've had a lot of teachers over your career.
Yeah.
Can you think about qualities of your favorite teachers? Not necessarily tell us who they are, but think about the qualities and how they made you feel, or what impacted you the most about those teachers.
Yeah, I think that out of teachers, just the willingness to help, the willingness to listen, and like the personable connection they can make with the students really helps. And when you know that you're comfortable with them, I think they're able to help you a lot more.
So teachers that are empathetic, that spend a little extra time with getting to know their students and assist their students, that was beneficial.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't that long ago that you were 8th grader transitioning to high school. Do you remember? Did you have any anxiety thinking about your first day and what to expect? And can you kind of talk to me about those things a little bit?
Yeah, I was really nervous coming in that the older people would be so scary and everything. But if you put yourself in like extracurriculars, clubs, anything involved with upperclassmen, you're gonna get to know them, and you just realize they're they're peers. They're gonna be just like you. And then also, like, as for meeting the new teachers, it's their first year with you too, so they want to meet everyone as well as you do.
So maybe it really wasn't as scary
No.
as you made it out to be?
Yep.
That's really good advice too. So When you think about your high school career, what are some memories that really stood out to you?
So I really am big in sports and just like clubs and everything. I think being a part of the student section and attending games and just being with your friends is really important, and to like support your classmates and what they're doing.
So attending ball games is something, I see you guys out there. It looks like you're having a ton of fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
It looks like fun, so good memories. And let's transition into extracurriculars a little bit. Tell us about all the things that you're involved in.
I'm in National Honor Society, Spanish Club, varsity soccer and softball, Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Keep going.
Well, it sounds like you're very involved. And did you start right away as a freshman, right from jump to get into
Yeah, I think when I first got in here, I got in as many clubs as I could, and it has dwindled down over the years just to try to balance it. But I'd recommend, if you're gonna join something, do it from the get-go so that you're like been a member and be able to be experienced by the time you hit your senior year.
So at some point, I think that you were the class president. Are you still?
Oh, I am currently the class president.
Okay. So tell me about that a little bit. What was that process like? Did you have to campaign? Did you?
Yeah, a little bit. We each of us that are a class officer, we had to write an essay, and to become be elected to be the class president, we had to read that in front of our class. And out of the people who read theirs, my classmates elected me as the president. And what's that entailed so far is I've made kind of finalized decisions, helped with the class flower, class color, all the graduation preparation.
So you didn't promise like milkshakes every day at lunch or putting Gatorade in your fountain or anything like that?
No, I didn't promise much besides just looking for the greater good, trying to help everyone as much as I could.
Yeah, it's probably a better way to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about your spare time. You're awful busy. What are some things that first of all, do you have spare time, and what does that look like?
I don't have much spare time, but when I do, I like to hang out with my friends. I have a job at Menards. Shout out Menards.
I think I've seen you there. Come by.
I do skateboard with my dad. That's a lot of fun, and I just kind of hang out.
It sounds like you're very busy and active all the time. Great. So what does the future hold for Lillian Baughn? What's the next step for you?
So since I was younger, I've always wanted to be a chiropractor, which is so weird to hear because like what child wants to be a chiropractor is pretty specific. But my chiropractor was able to help my family in a lot of ways. So this fall I'm going to Kent State, and I'm going to be majoring in exercise science and minoring in Spanish. And the reason I'm going with minoring in Spanish is just because I want to be able to help as many people as possible, and with 2 target audiences, I can have more patients.
That is very ambitious. Yeah, that's a great goal, and best of luck to you in that field.
Thank you.
So, any questions for me as a superintendent?
I was wondering, what makes you feel the most important?
What makes you feel the most important?
Yeah.
That's a tough question. Important? I think just everyday decisions, right? So, in this role, you have to make a lot of decisions that impact a lot of people. So, making decisions that impact students or staff or the community overall. And I don't know if it makes me feel important or not, but just having, I think just maybe getting feedback from others to make those decisions. Because when you make decisions that affect people, you don't want to negatively affect folks. So I guess, I don't know if that answers your question, but decision making is a big part of the job. So let's talk about a little bit about, I've got 5 random questions, so we won't talk about it, you're just going to spit out your answers, okay? Favorite fast food restaurant?
Wendy's.
Wendy's, okay. Favorite home cooked meal?
Greek gyros, even though neither of my parents are Greek, they make it well.
Okay. Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram.
Creamery or Dairy Hut?
The Creamery.
And favorite band or group?
As controversial as it is, I am a Kanye West fan. Not what he's doing, but the music itself.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up for us. Lillian, I appreciate you spending some time with me. I enjoyed the interview, and best of luck in the future.
Yeah, thank you.